We are a global organization trying to solve some of the hardest challenges for some of the most vulnerable communities. We work across Africa, South Asia, and Latin America, trying to build viable markets which are inclusive in areas around energy access to build the resilience of those communities, which are often also the most affected by climate change. Humanitarian energy for us is a fundamental part of it, because a large proportion of people without access to energy are people displaced. And they're displaced sometimes because of conflict, sometimes because of climate, and they need also energy to build their livelihoods once they're displaced. They're also often the most poor, and they need market mechanisms which takes this into account and build inclusivity for them. So our role and our hope is we are a specialized organization, energy access, livelihoods, resilience, and agriculture as well. So what we bring to the space, humanitarian energy space, are new ways to think, to demonstrate how energy access can be brought into those locations to build the self-reliance of those communities, by building markets, integrating them with the markets of local communities and with the role of surrounding communities. And I think very much, my hope for the sector is that we have seen in the last few years, I'd say 6 to 8 years, the humanitarian space taking energy much more seriously, having specialized agencies looking at that. And I think that is important, but it's also important that energy becomes really mainstreamed. So we focus on one side, but we also make it mainstreamed on the other side. And we have seen a lot of good examples of work from organizations like Practical Action and others in the last few years, where energy is not just immediate service, but is thought as a longer-term solution for humanitarian response, and in this case for displacement settings. And I think it's time to learn from those cases and scaling them up. This means the humanitarian sector needs to integrate them in their planning, working with governments and other organizations and private sector to do that. So I think it's the time, and this is my call, let's say, for this conference, is last 5 years has been great demonstrating solutions. Let's move on from scaling up those that have been working and successful.